Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with a beautiful set of ombre orange nails. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a pair of nippers and just remove the bling. So once again, I'm using a pair of nippers, and you can find these nippers at Walmart, or they also have some at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, local nail supply stores, wherever. But I just kind of get a cheap pair because I only use them to remove the bling. That way I don't mess up a good pair. Once again, I'm just removing the bling, and after this I'm going to go in with my medium drill bit to remove that polish and the gel top coat. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with my Melody Susie nail drill, and I'm using a medium drill bit to remove that gel polish. And as you can see, it gets the job done, but like I said in my review, I kind of don't like how this drill only has 2 speeds. Now I did contact the company and they're getting back to me, so hopefully they can do something about it. But once again, I'm just removing that gel top coat and some of that polish that's left. And then after this, we're going to go in and push back the cuticles. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with my Tammy Taylor Peel and Stick Cuticle Pusher to push back the cuticles. And once again, these are the disposable cuticle pushers. So it comes with like the little sticky pad that you put on the actual plastic stick, and then you take it or switch it out after each client. Once again, I'm just pushing back the cuticles, and after this, I'm going to go in with a 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail. Alrighty, so I'm using a 180 sanding band, and as you can see, I'm just filing on the natural nail, and I'm just going from side to side. And you want to make sure that you don't file too hard because you don't want to damage their natural nail. You just want to file enough to where you're removing that shine. And afterwards, you want to dust the nails off, and if you see any shiny spots, you want to go back and file again, because if not, you will have lifting. And after this, we're going to go in with our primer. Alrighty, so for my primer, I'm going in with my OPI Bondex, and remember, the only reason why I use OPI for my primer is because I have a lot of it. But if you have a primer that matches your acrylic, then go use that. So now I'm going in with my Mia Secret acrylic system in the color pink, and then I'm using my alpha brush in the number 9. Once again, that is a number 9, and it's an oval brush, and I do have a promo code for alpha brush, so I'll leave that in the description. But as you can see, I place my bead closer to the cuticle area, and then I brush it down towards the tip. And then you just add more acrylic as needed. Remember, don't just add if you don't need acrylic, because then you're going to have a lot of filing to do at the end. So remember to always work smarter and not harder. And always remember to clean around that cuticle area to prevent lifting. You want to make sure that there is no acrylic on the skin. But for the most part, we do that one bead closer to the cuticle area and brush it down, and then the rest of the acrylic is as needed. Once again, I'm placing that bead at the cuticle area. Gently brush it down, clean around that cuticle area to make sure that you have no acrylic on the skin. As you can see, I go in with the tip of my brush and just clean around that cuticle so it's nice and neat. Okay, so once again, we dipped our brush into the liquid and into the powder. We place our bead closer to that cuticle area, pat it down into place, and then you brush it down. And after you brush it down, you clean around that cuticle area. And then if you need to add more acrylic, then you can do so. But remember to look at your nail from different angles. If you have any little dips or bumps or lumps, just go back and fill those in and clean around that cuticle area. That's really the most important thing, cleaning around that cuticle area, because that will prevent lifting. And once again, I'm using my alpha brush in a number 9, and I get them from alphabrush.com. So I'll leave the link in the description as well as the promo code. And for my acrylic, I'm using my Mia Secret acrylic system, which I get on eBay, and I'll leave that link in the description as well. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with my 100 nail file to reshape the nails. As you can see, she already has that coffin shape that she wants. We're just redefining that shape. Once again, I'm using that 100 nail file, and I will have these on my website pretty soon. Remember, it is still down for restocking, but it will be pretty soon, and I'll post about it ahead of time. Okay, so now I'm going in with my fine drill bit and my Melody Susie drill. So as you can see, I always start from the right side and I'll make my way around to the left side. And you just want to focus on that cuticle area. Remember, just doing this will prevent your lifting. If you're doing everything else correctly and you're still having lifting, most likely you're not sealing that cuticle area correctly. As you can see, you're able to see where the cuticle area is, where the natural nail is, and where the actual acrylic start out. So if you're able to see all these three things, you won't have any lifting. So be careful and make sure that you seal that cuticle area really good, because any little gap that you leave back there will get water under the nail and it will cause your nail to lift. Once again, I'm using a fine drill bit and I focus on that cuticle area, and then after I file around the cuticle area, then I file the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And remember, if you work smarter and not harder when you're applying your acrylic, you won't have that much filing to do. But if you are a beginner, sometimes it's a little bit harder to apply your acrylic on smoothly, so you will have a little more filing to do around the whole nail. But for me, I focus on that cuticle area mainly, and after I do the cuticle area, I just file the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Once again, I'm using a fine drill bit and I'll have these on my website as well pretty soon. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with a buffer. This is a two-way buffer and I get them from my local nail supply store. So for this, I'm just literally buffing the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And this is just to get rid of the scratches left from your e-file or from your hand file. So you want to make sure you buff them really good. And then as you can see, I always run my thumb over the top of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And then if you still feel any scratches, then you just go back in and buff a little bit more. After this, I'm just going to dust the nails off and wipe them off with an alcohol wipe, and then we'll be ready to apply the polish. Alrighty, so for our polish, I'm going to go in with this D&D regular polish in the color French Vanilla. Once again, it is a regular polish. So we're just going to do one thin layer of it on every finger. And to clean up around the cuticle area, I'm using my 2-in-1 cleanup and nail art brush. And once again, that is in the color French Vanilla. And I get these from my local nail supply store, but I found a website that has them for about $6. So I'll leave that link in the description. Alrighty, so I'm just applying my clear pineapple cuticle oil, and this is the final look. They turned out so pretty. That orange is just so bright, and that French vanilla went perfect with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNailed32, and I'll see you guys in my next video.